so if I don't pee beforehand, it'd be trouble. But no time for that. We're almost underway here, guys. If you are tuning in, I'm sure you already know, Holdin Warriors, Nevermores. Week 1 of the playoffs. We're on Boombox, and we got 2 tag pros to get started. A-Pop just sneak middle, getting it.
DT grabs the bottom left tag pro. So we've got DT and Balzania on offense for the Nevermores against Big Bird and Sphercules. And then on the other side, we have Apocalypse and Iron Ball on offense for the Holdin Warriors against Potato Chip and Nox to start the game.
And it looks like they are out of base. Iron Ball just catches that boost ahead of Potato Chip, and he's past 3. Nox is right on his tail. These 2 on 1 box on stick. DT gets out to buy his team time. Important grab there against 2 defenders. A-Pop has an opportunity now. Not sure if he was trying to catch that boost backwards, but going to let Iron Ball get closer to regrab before he makes his move. Trying to sneaky boost at 1, but Iron Ball's block gets him out 2 instead.
Potato Chip able to get the return, and now Iron Ball has a grab. He's going down to the 4th lane, 3rd lane. DT gets the return. Nice contain there by the Nevermores.
Another round of power-ups soon. Interesting to see. Yep, A-Pop's not even going to try and go get a grab. He's just going to start fighting for middle nice and early.
The fights are always fun to watch. It looks like a rolling bomb was diffused immediately in the middle. In fact, this whole round was rolling bombs. DT and Balzania got him for the Nevermores, and the middle one went out real quick.
The defensive rolling bomb is difficult to master, but a beautiful tool. If DT had been able to bomb A-Pop down to that and get to the button, that's about the only way you can really use that defensive rolling bomb on this map. But
yeah, there's other maps. There's other maps where you can like bomb them into spikes and stuff, but this one is a little tougher because all the spikes are towards the center of the map. So the gate strats come into play there, which, as you mentioned, Nox almost got out. Good job there by Sphercules. Got Balzania making some jukes on the 4th lane down there, but he looks pretty contained. Apocalypse handles him easily. DT has the regrab.
Yeah, Boombox is such a funny map. There's so few boosts, or there's no bombs. There's only a few boosts. Getting it both out of base and back into base on the other end can be really tough. Oh, DT gets his kill with the flag and is going to get rewarded with the juke juice. Big Bird getting caught a little bit impatient there, and DT might punish him for it. Yep, Big Bird impatient again. Doesn't get to the button either. A little bit of nerves coming into play. DT
has had some sick jukes all season, and he continues the trend here. But Iron Ball doing the same.
With the juke juice, though.
And a kiss.
Yeah, definitely a favorable kiss for Holdin Warriors who have an immediate grab and a potential reset through Iron Ball. Nope. Balls up on you, sliding out through the... Not for long. Both teams having some fun here with the flag now. Saw a little bit of one-way traffic at the beginning for Holdin Warriors, but now both teams have that regrab chain established. Big Bird, not the traditional flag carrier, but he's certainly doing all right. Gets a kiss. Very even kiss for both teams. A-Pop gets that juke juice middle, though, and he should also be able to get a rolling bomb bottom left. He's not going to go for it. He's going to wait until he has the flag. It should pay off. He should have a bit more life on it now. Big Bird needs the solo return with the juke juice. Gets it. A-Pop coming into base. Has one ahead. Balzania. Can he get the right angle? No! Balzania needed to grab. Oh, that's tough. I'm not sure if he didn't get the call out or what the decision was there, but...
It was very well played by A-Pop as well, though. He might have had a hand in kind of working that angle to try and make sure that Balzania wasn't bombed into the flag, and he did a great job of it.
Return. Big Bird gets the block on Nox. That's the second cap of the game for Holdin. Yeah.
Holdin is really hitting their groove right now. DT should settle it right there with the return, and now we've got a reset. So hopefully
really
for the
nice
Nevermores, absolutely. DT's been very good all around all season. And we've got more power-up battles. A-Pop gets the middle one, but immediately diffused. It was a rolling bomb. And now we've got fights on the bottom left and right.
This is interesting. Nox and Potato Chip both forced to give up on that power-up and let Iron Ball get it to try and stop A-Pop, but they're too late. He's now past 3. DT should have the button. He does. That's going to force him to delay. Iron Ball's got the regrab. So A-Pop would be smart to just push it here. Alright. Iron Ball's turn with the rolling bomb. Sliding down 4. Just not quite past 1. Gets the fuse. And Potato Chip, who overcommits. But Nox. Good return there from Nox. Nice station. Once you've got that 4 ahead in base, it becomes really hard to accomplish anything as a flag carrier. Good reset by Balzania.
And the power-up battles continue here. Looks like we got a 2-on-1 in favor of the Holdin Gate Warriors in the middle. And then Potato Chip comes in last second to grab it.
That's the commentator's curse in action. As soon as you expect him to go one way and say it on stream, it's going to go the other way.
Absolutely.
Nox gets the defuse with Iron Ball at the bottom left. Apop slides past Potato Chip. Good stutter step there, and now he's coming in from 2. He's got a tag throw on defense, looking to clean up the base. Hercules pushing straight ahead, but Nox cruises him behind, gets the return. Fight back here, lost his momentum there and paid for it. Potato Chip needs to be patient on that boost. But, ooh, of course, as I say that, Hercules comes and stops it. Good job, DT. Yeah, Potato Chip and DT don't want to push back so far that Apop can boost past them, but of course if they don't get this return soon, they're just going to have the same chain to deal with. If you get the first return and DT's positioned well, ooh, he doesn't get the solo on Iron. Potato Chip needs to be shutting down that 2 channel if he wants to reset. That's a bummer.
That might have been a lack of communication there, just by the looks of it, because Potato Chip just went straight down.
Bird just hopped in the channel, well, a few minutes ago and said they can't hear me, so I wonder if there's some audio issues.
Let me try to take a look at it.
That was 5 minutes. I'm not sure if it's still an issue. But chat, if you can hear me, just say test or something so we can
I think I got it figured out. I think it was my mistake here.
Oh, no worries.
I think I had my mic set really high and then the desktop audio set really low. That was my fault entirely.
Ah. No worries. Yep, Iron Ball's early positioning for mid. It's been a pretty good power-up battle so far this game. We've got, well, actually, Holdin Gate Warriors have come away with double number of power-ups, 14-7 Holdin Gate Warriors. It looks like most of the times mid have been contested, but I guess I was wrong about that. Holdin Gate Warriors have gotten way more power-ups in this game, and here we see that in action again. 2 rolling bombs going to Holdin Gate. It's lucky for Nevermores that those are just rolling bombs.
Good rolling bomb deployment by Iron Ball there, but he hesitates and won't get past Potato Chip, so he's cornered now, but we'll see if he can juke out of it. Nice job rolling by the gate, and now he's going through the second or third lane there, and Apop with the Tag Pro lead does a great job slowing him down. Good job by DT. Go ahead.
Iron Ball's really patient there, yeah. They got the button, but Iron Ball did not push through it, and now he's going to be past everyone for the 3rd cap of the game.
That was a big, like a great tag pro by Apop, because he gave Iron Ball the chance to be patient by essentially just holding down the entire base, because even DT was trying to get the gate and didn't have a chance to do it.
Yep. Great capitalization of those power-ups by Holdin Gate Warriors. On this map, it can be, like I said, tough to push it in, so having a tag pro, you really got to take advantage of that to get the caps. Ooh, Balzania is past 3. He's got a rolling bomb ahead of him. Nox needs to get that defuse early. He does. Iron Ball not going to get a grab, but Hercules is there with his own rolling bomb to clean up this scene. Wow.
Great offensive defense by the Holdin Gate Warriors. And you mentioned power-ups actually just a second ago, and I was just looking at the stat sheet here. It looks like power-ups, the Holdin Gate Warriors are killing it 18-7 right now in terms of total grab power-ups. So if the Nevermores want to have a chance, they're going to have to step up in that field a little bit.
Yep. Apop with another tag pro. Misses the tag here, but Hercules should be able to stay alive and wait for it to come if it can. But no, Balzania doing a good job to stay alive in a really important scenario there. Gets a kiss even. Iron Ball narrowly slipping out too. Potato Chip is ahead, but it's probably just going to be nice and patient and wait on regrab there. Yeah.
Nox gets a rolling bomb in the middle though, so he's got a little extra time to work with now. Apop's got the button.
Good job. Nice moves by Nox to stay undefused.
Oh. If someone had been able to position themselves on the gate there, Apop could have been dead. That was a tough break for the Nevermores, but a good job by Holdin Gate Warriors getting in the right position to avoid that.
Wonder who's going to pick up that rolling bomb bottom left. Maybe Iron Ball wants to renew. Yeah, he's going to get there eventually after Big Bird tells him. Big Bird's got to hold that button for him to help him get out undefused. He does not. Iron Ball gets shot by Nox right before he gets killed in the gate. The good defuse. We'll see if it, runs, but no, there's not quite time left. Well,
that'll do it for the half
display.
one. Yeah, I was really impressed by the Holdin Gate Warriors. Actually, they had outstanding power-up controls. You can see 21-8 in favor.
22-8, I think.
22, is that what you're seeing?
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. Power-up. This is sort of a side note, but the power-up script. Whichever player you're actually following, it's only power-ups that person sees. So I guess the person I was spectating saw one more power-up than you did.
Oh, no kidding. That's pretty funny. Well, there you have it, 22-8. An outstanding performance from the Holdin Gate Warriors in the first half. I'm going to get those scores on the screen so people just joining us can see what we're going into for half two.
Yeah, we had a bit of a quick start. We got the group link, got underway quickly, so we haven't had any proper introductions. I'm Swergonomics here, doing some commentary. Moosin's got me here. Pleasure. We're watching some NLTP 18 playoffs. It's been a good game so far, but hoping to see some caps go in the other direction too.
Yeah, even if they're blowouts, they can be fun to watch, but you always like in the playoffs seeing those really close competitive ones that take it down to the last second.
Do you actually mind refreshing me? The structure for the NLTP playoffs, is it best of 5 10-minute games? Or is it 20-minute games still? What do you know the format?
I'm so dumb that I don't even know the format. Let's see if someone in Twitch chat can help us out. Because, to be honest with you, this is my first season in NLTP, so I just decided I would try my hand at streaming as well. And so far it has been pretty fun, but I still don't know enough.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, I'll pull up the rules here. So, for the playoffs, match structure, each playoff match will consist of a best-of-5 series of 10-minute games between two teams. First team to win 3 games wins the match. So, Holdin Gate Warriors did take that game 3-0, and now we're going to hop over to Origin. The way the servers is going to work, for those of you who actually care, I know many of you don't, is that we'll be on the higher seed server for games 1, 3, and 5, and the Nevermores server, or preferred server Origin, for games 2 and 4. So we are moving over to Origin, so maybe that'll make a difference for Nevermores. Interesting, though, that it's just 10-minute games. We're so used to the competitive format of 20-minute games where, you may go out down at the end of a half, but you have 10 more minutes to fight back into it. But that's a one-and-done game, and we're moving on.
You're going to have to forgive this giant 0 in the middle of the screen. I accidentally messed up my font a little bit. It'll come up in just a second here. Just a little insult to injury for the Nevermores there that they did not score in the first game.
So a little bit of lineup shake-up, moving into the next half. Big Bird is up, and Yank is coming in. We've still got Apop and Iron Ball on offense, so otherwise the Holdin Gate Warriors lineup is unchanged. That's probably a ping-dictated decision if I had to guess. And then Raptor Jesus is also coming in for the Nevermores. Looks like he's coming in for Potato Chip. We are moving to Origin, the WPD, from Sphere. We'll be hopping back and forth between them for however many games we play this evening. 28 viewers. Fantastic. Welcome, guys. Got some exciting Boombox tag pro for you guys. The way I always think about Boombox Moosin is like a saltine cracker. There's nothing exciting going on. There's nothing really, mind-blowing. It's a basic map. It's gonna play relatively similar each time. You just got to get your basics on. You got to be a fundamentally good and intelligent tag pro player, and you'll win. A team that plays worse does not win very often on Boombox. It's not a high variance map, if you will. Not too long until we get underway, guys. Balzania is just saying 3 more seconds until the Nevermores will be ready to get going.
Sorry, I just realized I had myself muted. So I went on a little spiel about saltines. And I was
was I talking over you?
No. I
you?
was entirely muted, so I was talking to nobody but myself about saltines, and it was probably the best conversation I've had today. It was awesome.
Well, feel free in the Twitch chat to talk about how much you love saltines. Shout out to saltines, but in the meantime, we've got some tag pro to watch back on Boombox for Game 2 between Holdin Warriors and the Nevermores. Holdin Warriors taking the first game 3-0, absolutely dominating power-ups. Let's see if the Nevermores can turn that around here. We've got a sub coming in through Raptor Jesus, and Yank is coming in also for Holdin Warriors. 3 rolling bombs at the start. Second time we've seen that day. Both Iron Ball and Balzania avoiding getting diffused. Apop also not diffused, so we've got a couple rolling bombs for Holdin Warriors. Iron Ball is going to get a grab. Needs to stay alive long enough for Apop to get there. But Balzania is out in the direction. So Apop's grab right here takes on a little bit more significance. He gets his own return and is out past 3. Iron Ball and Yank need to communicate really well to get this return quickly here for Apop, who's coming in, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. DT, nice and patient, feints past Yank, who comes roaring in. Really nice moves by DT. Listen, you remembering to hit shift?
Yes, I am. I was kind of observing the game. We should have power-ups coming up soon, though, so if DT can pay attention, he might snag himself a rolling bomb. There was one mid, but it was taken by Yank. And DT is having kind of a standoff here between Iron Ball and Apocalypse. Apocalypse. DT's gonna grab himself a tag pro. He'll be flag pro. And he's cornered.
DT's now stuck in that corner. Apop uses the boost.
Can't nail it, though.
Oh, DT should be able to get to that boost and be past 4. Raptor Jesus needs to get aggressive for a return here. He's got the call out, but Yank also gets the call out and be patient.
Yank gets past both Balzania and Raptor Jesus, so they're going to have to regroup a little bit here. Raptor Jesus spikes himself. That's not good for the Nevermores.
Nope.
A kiss might be a good idea here, and DT takes it.
Yeah, DT looks very enthusiastic about that kiss. We'll see what the team profits from it. Oh, Balzania is past 4, and that's going to be the first cap of the game. And to the Nevermores. That kiss paid off big time for DT. Heads up play to get some momentum for his team. And Nox is out again. Raptor Jesus keeping the flag in base for just a couple seconds. Virtually slips out with help of Apop.
That tag pro factored in big time because they were able to hold the gate without contest, allowing their flag carrier to get out for long enough to prevent another cap from the Nevermores there.
Yep, DT's stuck in 4. Surely he's not going to make it out of here, and Apop will shut him down. Balzania, though, has got this opportunity and is past Apop. Sphericles also past him. Also past Yank. Coming in, needs 2 returns. But Yank is being a slippery little beaver down there in 4.
Slippery little beaver. That's funny.
I love watching the carriers on this map because, I mean, I'm the kind of flag carrier who really enjoys having boosts and bombs to stay away from my opponents, but you can't really rely on that. You just gotta know your angles, you gotta be able to corner bounce well, and just, if you're staying alive for a long time on Boombox, either the other team isn't communicating very well as a unit, or you're doing, you've got really good mechanical skills.
Yep, absolutely. A lot of people kind of refer to Boombox lovingly as the show-off map a little bit because it's, like you mentioned, it's big time about who is going to have the more technical skill in order to win the game for their team. Because one flag carrier can make a huge difference in this game just by eternal juking, as we've seen DT's done a couple times here, and the Holdin Warriors have been able to translate that kind of jukes into caps, which the Nevermores have only managed one of so far.
Yeah, but this game way closer in every category than the last. We've got 6 power-ups going to both teams. We've got 3 minutes and 20 seconds of hold, essentially, for both teams. I mean, though it's a one-cap game, and both teams are performing at a much higher caliber right now, it's looking like a much more even contest, at least. DT earns his team a really important kiss there. Good play.
Absolutely. One thing I've noticed about DT this season is that he seems to always be very aware of his situation, and it shows right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a map, like I've said a few times today, with so few boosts that there's not opportunities to get back ahead. So if you get behind, you're liable to get punished for it. So you really have to be aware of who's where, ahead of the flag at any time, and just know you've got to stay intelligent because there's just not those opportunities to catch up. Balzania can get a grab undefused. Ooh, I thought he nicked the flag there.
He still gets out. Wow.
Beautiful play. Yank and Spircules left, reeling in his dust.
And they're going to have Nevermores need this return.
Very important grab by Iron Ball. He didn't stay alive forever, but he stayed alive long enough. Nice boost, Balzania. A-Pop, the first to fall. 2 ahead. DT and Nox, can they split with the blocks? No, they cannot. Yank gets the return, and Spircules gets the grab temporarily.
Great offensive defense by the Holdin Gate Warriors there. They really didn't give Balzania much of a chance, despite some pretty good attempts at blocks from the Nevermores defense.
Mm-hmm. I mean, last game we saw 3 caps go to Holdin Gate Warriors and just no answers. It's very much a momentum map. It's, if you go down by a couple, obviously these are quality players and capable of coming back from down, but it's a tough map to cap on. If you go down 2 caps early, it's really tough. So Holdin Gate Warriors trying to just stay in this game, keep it a close one. They're doing a good job of it right now. Nice shot, A-Pop.
Absolutely. Balzania thought he was going to trick him into going past him, but A-Pop just nails the snipe there. Well done.
Yeah, he just poked his head out a little bit and got punished for it. Spircules taken out of the equation. Yank's got a boost to play around with. Needs to be patient on it, because boosts are tools to scare the enemy FC. Obviously, they have to know that you're willing to take it, but boosts should be only used when necessary. They're a last resort. You should just be staying ahead as long as possible. Balzania, Tag Pro, looking to make something happen. Double the lead. Balzania going straight to base to try and clear it out instead of sticking with the flag carrier. It's off for now. Balzania's only got a few seconds left, but A-Pop. Yeah, Balzania was a little bit aimless there with that Tag Pro. I want to see him stick close to the FC.
I agree with that. I think if he had a solid Tag Pro lead there, if DT did from Balzania, that could have been a cap. But Balzania swung and missed a few times in the base there, so it didn't turn into anything for the Nevermores.
Yank grabbed him with that Tag Pro, and of course getting out. I mean, the great thing about a Tag Pro is everybody expects you to try to get the person getting at the base. So if you see an opportunity to just get past 2, no problem. Obviously, you'd rather have the Tag Pro leading the person with the flag, but I really see very little harm in just taking your opportunities to get out of base, especially if you've got, you're working against the Jukers or something. So, yeah, it gets out using that Tag Pro surprisingly. A-Pop now trying to lead Iron Ball into base. Stay closer behind him, Iron Ball, if you want to cap. No, they got separated.
Balzania redeems himself to an extent there for missing the Tag Pro early. Now he dodges the Tag Pro to get a return there. Good play by Balzania.
Yeah, a Tag Pro lead is a funny thing because when it's performed well, it looks so easy. They're 2 people, they go in the same direction, they stay tight, and they plow their way into base, and it's a cap. But when they get separated, it's frustrating to watch. But of course, when they do it well, it looks really easy, but it's not actually that simple. But A-Pop now is past 2. DT gets ahead with the boost, does not, hits himself in the spikes. Balzania gets the call out. That looks like really good communication there from Nevermores to let them know where the FC's coming in. Balzania, get bat out of hell, running down Iron Ball. Really good return. A-Pop wanted to go sneaky forward. The jig is up though. Everybody knows where he is. The corner pounds gets him past 2. Balzania doesn't get the boost stolen from Yank and hits a nice snipe.
Balzania he's a man on a mission right now. He is getting all kinds of returns on offensive defense. This might be a different story here. Iron Ball's rolling bomb just expired, but he's trapped and cornered by Nox and DT. Good play there on offensive defense by the Nevermores. And A-Pop is now coming in.
Iron Ball had that rolling bomb, and I don't think Socrates is going to stick for A-Pop, but Iron Ball had that rolling bomb, and he was coming in, and he knew that it was on. Well, the question is whether or not he knew that it was about to run out, because he stutter stepped to avoid getting diffused when it was so close to running out. And in the end, I think that, if he had just pushed through, he could have cleared some people out and gotten the cap. He was trying to preserve it for a little bit too long. But, of course, he's got another opportunity here. Flag Pro this time. Lots of power-ups for Holdin Gate Warriors right now. Iron Ball gets that Tag Pro. Should be able to spawn and clear out base for A-Pop. Yep.
This is going to be really important for Balzania to hold A-Pop back right now, because if he gets past, there's nobody else there. Balzania can't do it on the first shot.
He does buy some time, though. Whether or not it's enough is yet to be seen. It is not A-Pop. Great cap to tie up the game. 15 seconds left. Wow. Just a one-cap game. Obviously, that's what can happen if you can't lock it down and extend your lead.
And that came in the last, 15 seconds, too. Well played by the Holdin Gate Warriors to secure a last-minute cap. They did a great job getting power-ups towards the end there. I think at the beginning it was a lot more evenly split, but then the Holdin Gate Warriors started getting all kinds of tag pros, and that really did in the Nevermores. So this one still finishes up a tie, 1-1 for this half here. But
so the format is, because they are individual 10-minute games, we're now going to go to a 20-minute golden cap period. If I had been looking at the time for that last cap, I would have been way more hyped for it. I did not realize that, I'm still in that mindset of, you've got a half for each game. But that was actually a tying cap, if you're just tuning in, that sends us into overtime now. The NLTP format is best of 5 10-minute games, but if you are tied at the end of a 10-minute game, you move into a 20-minute golden cap period. So, yes, it is. Curry's asking in group chat if that's the format.
I'm going to fix some things up on the stream real quick here, just so that we can see game-by-game scores instead of what I had previously.
Great.
Oh, that's interesting. I must have somehow flipped the text all the way upside down.
Well, this series is starting to heat up. Nevermores earning a little bit more respect in that second game, taking a really good cap early and then holding that lead. Of course, Holdin Gate Warriors did fight back well to tie it up, so they've got to get one more cap if they do want to take this game and tie it up at 1-1 for the series.
So, Swerg, what are your key takeaways from the first game and, well, almost 2 games here? What are you seeing from each team that stands out to you? Uh-oh, Swerg.
Well, we are underway. This is exciting. It's not very often in competitive Tag Pro that you get to see golden cap matches, but you like to see all the power-ups even at the start. We've got 3 rolling bombs, DT with a good middle spawn, so he might be able to snag that middle rolling bomb and stay undefused. But totally even start here, going into a 20-minute period of golden cap. DT does stay undefused, slips past A-Pop just by a whisker, and is now coming in. Sphercules looking to get that diffuse early, does. On the other side, Raptor A-Pop and Iron Ball being held off very well by Nox and Raptor. DT gets a grab, gets past Sphercules, Balzania trying to lay a block on Yank. Not quite managing it. Balzania on the re-grab does not get past Sphercules, who positioned really well for it. A-Pop on the other end equally returning some really good defensive work at the start here, both teams. Sure. everybody's aware of the next power-ups. 5-6 minutes of the game, the power-ups get delayed, everybody's chasing, it's more hectic, but right now, everybody knows that they need to get these power-ups early if they're going to take this game. DT sticking on top of the tag pro on the left. Apop should be able to get the tag pro in the middle. Balzania doing everything he can to hold him off of it. One power-up going to DT, one power-up going to Apop. Tag pro for both teams on offense, and Ironball still fighting for that juke juice in the bottom right. Nox gets it as Ironball slips out to get the grab because Apop wants him there with the tag pro.
Balzania's out past 1, maybe past 2 now. Slips under Yank.
Yank is just, he's not doing a hard contain. He's just backing up, staying ahead.
But that's exactly what you need to do in that situation. Absolutely.
Yep, 100%.
And they do get the return, so now DT is going to take a try at it. He'll probably...
I will say that was some phenomenal defense there by Nox and Raptor and playing that juke juice to keep the flag in base despite having tag pro to go up against. Really, really good D there. Keep it in base and allow this opportunity. DT now past 3.
Can this be it? Is this it? Oh! Good save by Apop. Yep.
Man, those 2-on-1 blocks just weren't quite strong enough to get him the space he needed. Ooh, Balzania, does he want the juke juice? He just wants to stay alive as Apop is flying in. Yank does get beat despite having the juke juice. Can he catch up and get the return? Not quite. Balzania doing really well here. Sphercules also evading a juke juice right now. Temporarily, of course. Yank and Nox with the juke juices both getting those returns as they should. DT's stuck in 4, slips past Yank. Ironball and DT both in trouble here. Neither of them want a kiss. Ironball somehow bouncing and staying alive. He's going to get a kill, actually, as the flag carrier up and 1. That was both bizarre and impressive at the same time. DT also doing a great job with the flag. Next round of power-ups. Who's aware of it? Who's ready to get him? Ironball. The ludicrous split that Lasagna soon shut down. Yank getting a tag pro. Wow. I'm curious to see how long this will go. This is a map that we could be in for the long haul on a 20-minute period.
Balzania's going to get a rolling bomb, though, with holding the flag here. But Apop's got him cornered. Pretty much just going to hold him there as long as he can, it looks like.
Could very narrowly escaped on the other end. Apop gets a defuse.
Now Ironball has a chance at a rolling bomb here, and he'll grab it. DT should have him cornered, but a nice gate by Sphercules opens it up for him.
Apop trying to stay undefused because he wants to make this count. Should be able to edge past DT here with the use of the boost. Does not. DT gets a really nice defuse. Puts himself behind, though. Now Ironball is past 2. Yank and Apop looking to stick the blocks early and hard as Ironball comes in. Coming around the back. No. Ironball, I want to see him keep up his momentum there. You're only going to get so many opportunities on this map. Past 2 is not something to throw away.
Absolutely.
Especially when you've already got a regrab set up.
Absolutely. Sphercules just sitting back there on re with nobody around him. So the worst thing that's true. He's got a chance here. But the gate is held by Raptor Jesus. I think that's a good move there.
Apop and Yank getting a little distracted with the blocks and letting Balzania out in the other direction. You always got to prioritize keeping it in base before blocking.
Absolutely. But Ironball is still putting on some sweet moves here, and Raptor can't keep up.
So slow. Just slowly doing 360-degree pirouette around Raptor. Five minutes in, we've got just about 3 minutes of hold for both teams. 6 and 8 power-ups, respectively, going to Holdin Gate and Nevermores. Definitely an even contest. It's 1 cap for all the marbles, though. If you are just tuning in, this is, of course... Oh, Ironball maybe will get his own return.
I can't believe DT survived there.
Ironball somehow slipping underneath Raptor down low. Doesn't look like he's going to get a return, but he is on flag if he could. Yank right behind DT, but it is not in the cards.
DT had an outstanding hold, stayed alive just long enough for the Nevermores to regroup and get that return. Man, that was a great hold, honestly, by both of them.
Yeah. DT and Balzania both putting up 2 minutes. minutes of hold. Iron Ball with 2.5 minutes of hold. Definitely just a play day for the flag carriers right now as the chasers are struggling to get return. I mean, with Iron Ball and
Oh my god.
DT!
How did DT survive? If they can get the return here, can the Nevermores get it?
Oh, Yank blocks that boost by Raptor. Wow, really great play by DT to give his team the opportunity to take the point here. But, man. Yeah, I mean, what I was saying earlier is just that as a pair of chasers on this map, you have to be really, really good about communicating and forcing that flag carrier into one of the channels where you can get them. Like, if you get a flag carrier into 2 and close off both sides, or down in 4, there's a bit of opportunity to actually get that kill. But then it's always the eternal question is, how aggressively do you push back for the reset? Because, you push back too aggressively, they just boost past you using one of those 2 boosts below base. So getting a reset is a really, really difficult thing, and it's not to be undervalued.
Right.
Nice return, Balzania.
DT's got a tag pro here. I don't remember exactly when he grabbed it, but it could prove useful for the Nevermores. It looks like it just expired, so I take that back. But Balzania gets a return here, and we've got a reset. Raptor came off of the regrab tile for just a minute there, but it's enough for Apop to get in front of him.
Apop should contain him into 2 there, where Yank was ready to close down the other side. Instead, Raptor slips out 4 and gets past both of them.
Can he get the rolling bomb? No, he can't. He should have taken that boost into the corner.
Yank fights off DT for that Juke Juice middle, looking to get a solo return now with it. Iron Ball instead slides down and gets it. Yank pushing back aggressively with that Juke Juice. He's covering 2, which is traditionally a smart play, but when you've got that Juke Juice, I want to see you be a little bit more aggressive. Yank gets another Juke Juice despite failing that boost. Apop now sliding through a couple chasers. Yank does get the return with the Juke Juice. Looking to get the reset now. Cannot quite. Sphercules is there to help him though.
Good jukes
Yank
by Nox.
all over the place with that Juke Juice, and Nox stays alive for long enough to get a few on the scene. If Yank could have got that return sooner, I think that was a strong opportunity.
Good job by Balzania getting around to get the return there. But man, that was as good as an opportunity as any that we've seen so far this golden cap period.
Of course. Holdin Gate Warriors are reset now, though, and they do have the flag in base, so... And Iron Ball is going to have a Juke Juice past 1. Of course, he's got 3 to beat, but a Juke Juice and some solid blocks might help him. He cannot get the split. Good return.
Apop's going to have a Juke Juice now on offense. He's off the regrab, though, so he gives Nevermores a little bit of time to get reset, but they can't keep him contained. They committed too hard to coming back, and he's past them both now.
Balzania gets his boost taken away. Apop... he gets 1 get back ahead, and he gets returned by Nox. Yep. Iron Ball, though, with an opportunity. Yeah, trying to get the chain alive for his team. He does. Escaped. DT on Re. Nevermores can breathe for the first time in maybe 1-2 minutes.
Absolutely. So I have to ask the question now. Well, Balzania looks like he's not going to take the rolling bomb there, but now I have to ask, what happens if nobody scores in the next 10.5 minutes here?
I mean, let me pull up my rules tab, but I have to assume we just play another 20 minutes. Yeah, play continues until a winner is decided for each game. Let's see, if, yeah, this is I assume just another 20-minute period.
We could be here for a while, folks. Seriously. There are some sick jukes on both sides here, but also excellent offensive defense by both teams. So it's been like a really hard-fought stalemate so far for coming on 10 minutes now. We've got about 5 seconds until the halfway point.
Yep. Apop spinning around base. Nox not even budging on regrab.
Nice little split by Balzania.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I don't know, maybe power-ups can be the difference. We've seen a couple opportunities where the chasers have had those Juke Juices. Yank had one where he got a reset just a little bit too slowly to get an opportunity. Sphercules might be going for that tag from bottom left. Doesn't quite see it. Raptor, good return. Raptor and DT need to shut down Iron Ball too if they want this to be a reset. They cannot. Iron Ball with a beautiful little slide out of base to that 1-tile space. And he's got 2 tag pros if he can be patient. This will be a great cap by Iron Ball if he can make it stick. He's on the button temporarily to try and get Balzania. Still alive somehow.
Raptor saves it.
Wow. Man, Iron Ball had some beautiful moves, but now Spiricules in the meantime is past a couple. One return there, Yank and A-Pop forcing a grab and getting a return. Spiricules, Raptor Jesus catches up. Raptor Jesus standing in between.
Good job, DT gets the return there.
And game.
But man, I think those two opportunities right there, I think, are the best that we have seen.
Easily. Yeah, Iron Ball now, Flag Pro. Push it in, Iron Ball. So what did I? You'll clear out base. There you go. Now A-Pop comes in. Iron Ball helps keep the flag in base with the tag pro. A-Pop beats Nox, gets past him. That's the cap. No, DT!
DT gets past the tag pro to get the return. That's insane.
Huge play. He got the call out from his team early. He knew where to be, and he went big. Really good play by DT.
Man, this game honestly should have been over for the Nevermores a few times now, but they are just hanging in there against all odds.
It'll be a beautiful story. They can now get a good opportunity and put it away for themselves. DT with a nice grab, pass two, Nox.
Yank's got him contained.
Second. Another split. Past Iron Ball.
Oof.
Not past Spiricules. But the chain is going in the other direction now. That's, well, it didn't last for a while, but it was progress. They've got the flag in their base now. They've actually, getting a few precious seconds of prevent.
And now we are looking for power-ups again, it looks like. I would imagine that everything is pretty significantly delayed by now, though. You're used to seeing them close to the minute mark, but at 12 and a half minutes in, I'm not sure that you can expect that. We had one go in the 40s on the bottom right, but we're still waiting on mid and left. DT's going to get a tag pro mid. Balzani gets a tag pro left. This could be a great opportunity for the Nevermores.
Ooh, honestly, I think DT should he should grab. Wouldn't even be the worst man to just, kill somebody now, and then Balzania comes out, and DT can clear out base. Balzania elects to lead DT, who gets stuck in two. Buddy. That's not good enough.
No, that won't do it.
You've been on the defense for 4 or 5 minutes, and you go into the 3-tile channel with nobody near to help you. Oh, that's frustrating. That's really frustrating.
DT's got a grab, not ahead of Spiricules and Yank, and Balzania's going to take another grab here.
Ooh, he's got the momentum, and he's out two, past two. Coming down to three, Iron Ball grabs, dies. A couple get ahead, though. Balzania take really conservative boost off that top wall. Iron Ball is going to be able to catch up with a clean boost into two. Gets the return. DT.
Going to be flag pro here. Yank's waiting on a rolling bomb. He'll grab it mid. And kind of a tense stalemate towards the middle here. Spiricules trying to keep contained. DT's past him, but will be slowed down here. Nevermore's get a return.
Iron Ball looking to get out of base and relieve a little bit of pressure. A-Pop and Spiricules solid blocks to get Iron Ball out too by a whisker. Wow. DT in the meantime dancing around like always. Does get stuck in 4 and he should be dead here. Yank and Spiricules are going to really want this reset here. And they're going to get it. Balzania's conservative. Raptor Jesus is the last head who isn't blocked out. Nox gets back ahead.
I think that's a good decision by Balzania there to not take that grab, because if he flaccets again, the Nevermores are in a heap of trouble. Now Balzania does go for the grab.
Does get out 4.
That was actually kind of impressive. Risky, but impressive. And they've got Iron Ball cornered. Can they get the return here? Iron Ball just juking around all over the place. They do get the return, but now Balzania is behind 3, so he's got his work cut out for him.
Yep, A-Pop Phillips has an opportunity to impress.
And Spiricules grabs a rolling bomb cleanly. The Nevermores didn't even really contest it. They were in the area, but didn't even try to defuse it afterwards. We've got a kiss here.
To kiss, knowing he has a rolling bomb re-grab. That's a really smart play there. Spiricules trying to stay diffused. Does not. Balzania comes in. Yeah, that was a smart kiss. And there's another kiss chosen to be undertaken by the Holdin Gate Warriors. Yank past a couple. And a potential reset. No, Nox slips out. Good play. Spiricules still ahead, though. Not out of danger yet, just escaping Nox.
Nox escaped by a pixel on that one. A-Pop is going to be conservative and stay on the regrab tile.
Balzania came off regrab, barely touched Yank, who was about to curl onto the flag. I don't know if anybody was watching, but that was incredibly close to this game being put away. Almost getting punished for coming off of regrab. He did get the return, but man, that was a risky decision there.
The Nevermores, the Holdin Gate Warriors have a rolling flag carrier right now. Kisses, but obviously he stays alive with the rolling bomb. This could be tough for the Nevermores. They're facing a Tag Pro as well. That'll do the game. That is it.
The Tag Pro and the Juke Juice wrap it up. Wow. Yeah, that was a golden cap period. A couple people asking in chat. That was a marathon. That was a 16-minute boombox marathon after a 1-1 game in Game 2. But the Holdin Gate Warriors take Game 2 to make it 2-0 in the series. One away from taking it. Wow. Man, I've been watching Thinking with Portals a lot for the past couple days, and it just pales in comparison to this map. This map has a flow to it. It's well designed. That was a pleasure, but man, that was hard fought by both teams. I mean, I will say that it did look somewhat deserved by Holdin Gate Warriors, who had certainly the stronger host of opportunities, but take nothing away from the Nevermores.
Oh, absolutely. I think both teams played much better there. The Nevermores particularly played better than their first game. But I agree with you that the Holdin Gate Warriors were probably more deserving. They really took advantage of the opportunities that were given to them. But honestly, I don't know if I've ever seen 16 minutes of scoreless Tag Pro. That was really impressive. Great defense on both ends.
The only other map that I've watched a 20-minute golden gap period actually go for the full 20 minutes on Holy See. That's a map that...
because the chasing is endless on Holy See.
So yeah, that was Game 2, 2-0 Holdin Gate Warriors going up over... Yeah, asking for the results in chat. The first game was 3-0 to Holdin Gate Warriors. A bit of a barnstorming, not a lot of opportunities for Nevermores. The Nevermores took the lead in Game 2, and then just at the end of that game, Holdin Gate Warriors got the tie and earned overtime, which they took after 16 minutes, as you just saw. We are back on Sphere now. Big Bird is coming back in for Yank. Yeah, I think that was a server-determined decision. Yank playing very well. We've said his name a few times during big plays. But now Big Bird is coming back. Big Bird, a bit of an enigma. He, incredibly talented mechanic. Says maybe 15 to 16 words in a 10-minute game. Just cannot be brought out of his shell. And certainly improving communications-wise as the season goes. But hard to get. I've played a few games with him, and you almost forget he's there until he just, comes out of nowhere and gets like a double return. But he's coming back in. On the other side, looks like Raptor Jesus is coming back out. Maybe Potato Chip comes back in. Nope, Raptor Jesus earns his spot. That's a good decision. I mean, they played much better with that lineup. I mean, unless Sphere is a serious issue for any of these players, I think they should stick with it. Nevermores, that is.
Yeah, and it has to be mentioned now, this very well could be our last game. So it's a 10-minute period, and if the Nevermores win, well, actually the Nevermores are going to have to win 3 games in a row if they want to advance in the playoffs, while the Holdin Gate Warriors only need this one more game. So what kind of play style are you anticipating, Swearig? I would expect the Holdin Gate Warriors to be a little bit more aggressive because they know that they've got that 2-game buffer. So if they can put it away and hit them fast and early, they're going to take the win.
Yeah, I mean, the Nevermores got a little bit of confidence and a little bit of momentum in that last. I'm sure they were on the back foot for the overtime period, but the Nevermores kind of came out of their shell in the second game. If Holdin Gate Warriors can get a cap early and put them back in it, really put them on the back foot, both, just mentally, because I really do the mental part of the game cannot be discredited. If you're not confident, if you're not communicating well as a team, then, you can go under. So Holdin Gate Warriors will try and put a foot early. I mean, and, sometimes you get lucky breaks this way or that, but I really think Holdin Gate Warriors should be aggressive out of the gates here and, just be pushing for that cap. We've seen their flag carriers be pretty conservative throughout the game, opportunities that they could push into base where they didn't, which is, the right decision when, you could potentially be giving up the game tie, in that golden period. But now, they should be coming out of the gates running. Of course, the Tag Pro is going to the Nevermores, and Nox will just pip that Juke Juice middle. So, Nox taking it back on defense. That's interesting. Balzania grabbing with the tag throw. Gets past Big Bird. DT trying to block out Sphere. Does. Balzania's out past 2. Iron Ball is on that boost though. Jesus needs to go out and defuse that boost if Balzania's going to be able to get past him. He gets the call out. Does it.
Big Bird gets the return anyway, though. Balzania back to the start. DT's got the regrab there for the Nevermores. And Sphercules has him pinned. Good job by Balzania shoving him into the boost there. DT narrowly escapes.
You're kidding me. Wow. DT. He can't come in one, so he is slowed down temporarily, but the amount of work he put in just to get past Sphercules and Big Bird there was really impressive.
Balzania's going to try to make it to the bottom right corner to grab a juke juice, but he elects not to go when he sees Big Bird coming in.
Balzania has 2 tag throws ahead of him and 4 balls total.
This doesn't look good. Good patience.
Big Bird.
Good patience there. But he traps his own teammate. This looks like bad news. Oh my god. What a little wall juke by Balzania there.
Wow.
Can't stay alive for long, but just long enough to allow the Nevermores to catch up to Iron Ball.
Yeah, really impressive use of the momentum there. A-Pop's sliding past a couple. Raptor Jesus is ahead of him and should be able to get to that button. Yep. Sphercules is going to try and get that button for him, but A-Pop is too far away from the boost now. Another round of power-ups soon. A-Pop gets past Nox and DT, who overcommit, but the block's not solid enough. They do get a forced grab in return, so Iron Ball is going to be past 1 with the opportunity to maybe grab a rolling bomb. Nope. Iron Ball's going to get that juke juice knowing that he's not long for this world.
Good job by Iron Ball sneaking out on top of the little 3 tile structure in the corner, but avoiding the Nevermore's held gates.
And he's his juke juice, and he's got players coming out to try and get him one at a time, so he could make an effort to slide through them, but he's being really conservative here.
The juke juice is up, so now he's going to have to skill his way out of this one. And he does it. He's past 2 now with 2 blocks held.
Yeah.
But it probably won't do it for him. DT gets the return. I think that's kind of been a trend that we've been seeing this whole game, is that the flag carriers are showing immense amounts of skill, tons of jukes all over the place, but the offensive defense is positioned very well, so they're not able to cap.
Yeah, it's pretty traditional boombox. Just, getting in the last few feet onto that flag tile is really tough. It's such a tight little base. A-Pop is past 3 with a juke juice. Sphercules, can he stick the block on DT? Not quite. DT gets a grab, buys time, and a kiss.
Good kiss for the Nevermores there. That's definitely favorable for them. DT calls timeout. That will be, I believe, it was closer to 6 minutes. They might call 7. Yep. We'll see. Actually, now that I'm looking at it on the stream, it looks like it was closer to 7 minutes just by a hair. But, technically DT called time when both flags were out. So when they were returned, it was under 6:30. But we'll leave it up to the captains to decide where we're going to start from here.
So which of the players on this Nevermores team do you think can step up and really make a difference here to, win 1, 2, maybe peg a couple games back?
You know what? I've been, this entire season, I've been really impressed with DT's jukes. He's excellent at staying alive, but the Nevermores right now are failing to capitalize. They have 1 cap in, what have we played now, 36 minutes of tag bro at that overtime period?
Yeah, 36, 42, yeah.
So
like yeah.
I think that, 42 now because of the extra time in this game, but I think it's really going to come down to the Nevermores being able to capitalize. So the defense obviously has to be solid. Balzania's been playing some really good offensive defense, but I think DT and Balzania are going to have to communicate really well with their defense to learn when it's cool to come in, because they really, honestly haven't been doing a great job of it so far, or if the opportunities that they have had just haven't quite been able to close. And you can't take anything away from the Holdin Gate Warriors. I mean, they're a huge reason that none of that is happening, because they're playing very, very sound tag pro all around. So
you make your own success.
Yep, I think what it's going to come down to is who makes the least amount of mistakes here, because as you mentioned, Boombox is one of those where you just can't afford to do that.
3, 2.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a bit of a misleading question, because, you know, you can have one standout player and they can hold for 4 or 5 minutes, but getting it into base and capping on this map is simply a team effort. You know, there's very little opportunities where one person is going to be able to do something so impressive that it, you know, earns them their team a cap. You've got to, you know, you got to get the flag in base and you've got to keep it there, and then you got to push into a really tight base. So
absolutely,
it's going to have to be a full team effort from Nevermores if they want to turn this around.
Right. Real quick, was it 0-0 for that part?
I do believe so.
Okay.
Maybe if we missed something while we were talking, feel free to let us know. Ironball turned by Raptor Jesus. Apop passed 1. Wants to come in 1, but Balzania is not in the mood for that trickery. He got the cowl early. Balzania is in the mood to get out of base, though, past the couple. Ironball grabs it, potentially an inappropriate time, but slips out 4 as Nox is caught diving too far away from that button.
Oh, DT! Oh, DT! Don't do that!
Oh, monster play by Ironball! Wow!
DT was a little overzealous there, going for a juke juice in the bottom right corner, but he got himself trapped. Was that Ironball that got the cap there?
Huge awareness. Yep, Ironball with big awareness to just barely get that half tile return with the button, and then still be able to not have too much momentum and get to that flag and ahead of the 2 chasers. I'm not quite sure how he got out of base. I was looking at the other side of the map. Good God, did he finish that in style.
Do we have top plays for the playoffs? Is that a thing that Fly Molo does?
I have to imagine.
Because I might have to pull that one out of this VOD and send it over to her.
Absolutely. I do have to give a quick shout out to Fly Molo. One time he left my Ironball gets the return in time by Spiricules and Big Bird, talking about incessant nothing, and they cap again. Holdin Gate Warriors for the second of the game. Apop now coming in. Oh, another flaccid grab. Apop blocks. Are they solid enough? No, but the double returns are. And Apop will slip in the 3rd cap of the game as Ironball is on the scene. Get a couple of dignity kills.
Great little chain there by the Holdin Gate Warriors. They got 3 caps in less than 3 minutes, it looks like. So the Nevermores now have 3.5 minutes to score 3 caps, or they are out.
Yeah, Holdin Gate Warriors are minutes away from a really, really clean sweep of the Nevermores. I mean, of course, Nevermores have certainly fought back and looked a much more impressive team in the second and, you know, even the 3rd game, despite the scoreline. But, you know, Holdin Gate Warriors very close to getting this. Oh, Balzania. Big Bird shutting him down. Yeah, Nevermores, this is, you know, potentially the last 3 minutes of their season, you know, at least for 8 team. They've got to find something big here if they want to stay alive. As the tree tiebreaker in Game 3 with Holdin Gate Warriors versus Nevermore. Not quite the truth, but we very much appreciate the tree anyway, Aztec. This is Game 3, and the first 2 went to Holdin Gate Warriors, despite one of them going to a 16-minute overtime period. DT and Spiricules each pick up a Juke Juice. Apop now sliding past 2. Coming in, looking to add insult to injury. Big Bird and Spiricules trying to get those blocks early. DT is blocked out. Is Balzania? Not quite. Balzania, big heroic last man grab, gets the kiss. Yep, traffic still flowing in one direction for Holdin Gate Warriors, and Nevermore is looking a little bit deflated at the end of this game.
Yeah, there's no denying that. Even Balzania decides to kill Raptor Jesus there. I know that was unintentional, but Nevermores just aren't... I don't know. I agree with you. They are deflated. They lost the momentum that they had from Game 2. Even though they lost that one, they put up such a good fight and played such sound tag pro overall. That I think that they had a little wind under their sails, and they don't have that anymore.
Apop is passed 2 again. The blocks are not solid enough again. And for the second time in at least as many minutes, Balzania has a big last man stop.
Balzania has played outstanding offensive defense today. I don't remember who got the cap for the Nevermores, but even if Balzania didn't get a cap at all today, he can hang his hat on the OD that he played because it's been outstanding today.
Yeah, I mean, there are seed upsets all the time. I mean, there were many seed upsets by the 4-0s last season in the playoffs, but you know, we do have to mention that this is the number 1 seed going up against the number 8 seed. You know, Holdin Gate Warriors, you know, having very good seasons, a very good season, and then the Nevermores just barely squeaking into the playoffs. So we do have to say this is the expected result, despite the Nevermores playing well for some long periods of time. Apop now past 1, 2, 3, 4, another cap, 38 seconds left. Apop gets his second win of the game. Ironball in a tight little corner, gets a little bit of space to work with, also has the momentum to go past DT, but chooses not to. Wants a split, doesn't get it. Nox, good return. Well, it's hard not to be a little bit sad when you know you're saying goodbye to a team that, you know, had a really nice long season, but now is done. But certainly very well played by Holdin Gate Warriors, taking this game 4-0.
That'll do it. That'll wrap it up. Good games, everyone. And a sincere congratulations to the Holdin Gate Warriors. Again, had a fantastic season and continue to build on that success in the playoffs so far. I would like to say really quick, I am actually a teammate of the Nevermores, and I think Raven has done a fantastic job as captain. And I don't think that this should be a disappointing season for the Nevermores at all, because they, you know, we had a couple players pulled up to minors, of course, but I don't know. I had a ton of fun this season with the guys, and the B team, they are a team to be reckoned with, let me tell you. And did you want to say anything about the Holdin Gate Warriors B team too? Because I know you were telling me earlier that they're also really good.
Yeah, they've got they don't have a number 1 seed, but they're doing impressive things, and you know, have their first game of the playoffs tomorrow on Centra, I believe, against Circuit Lodge. You know, they'll have their time in the spotlight tomorrow, but they're an equally impressive and deep team. But do you have any interest in getting the captains in here for some interviews, maybe?
I would love to. Let me send a message to Raven. I'll see if I can get him before our viewership leaves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I sent him one, but if I could try and snag Curry in here, and you could try and snag Raven. I'm actually just going to drag Curry in because I have the capability to do that.
He'll just be like, what the hell?
While you're trying to wrangle Raven. No, I do it most weeks, so he's used to it by now. Okay. Hey, Curry, sorry if you were in the middle of giving a post-game chat, but there are more important things to happen. Also, Raven, thank you very much for also being here. We've got both the captains in here after a really good series between Holdin Gate Warriors and the Nevermores. I guess first things first, congratulations, Curry. Holdin Gate Warriors making it out of the first round.
Yeah, that was pretty good games. Good stuff. That second game, though, that was fun to watch.
That was some crazy business right there.
Raven, have you ever seen a 16-minute overtime period scoreless?
I don't think so. I've seen some double overtimes, obviously, but I mean, this is the first time NLTP has had sudden death overtime, so that certainly sets a good record to break in terms of the length of a sudden death OT.
Yeah, I mean, there was a period of 3 or 4 minutes in that overtime where the Holdin Gate Warriors were coming time and time again, sometimes with power-ups, and just every single time, just the last second, we saw some really good stops by the Nevermores, who just held on there. And I mean, you know, of course, you guys very close to taking game 2, you know, just like 20 seconds away from taking that game 1-0. Looked probably at your best and the most confident in game 2. Did you guys lose a bit of focus into game 3, or what was the difference? Because you didn't look quite up to your best again.
Yeah,
in game 3.
I mean, a couple things happened. Obviously, the ping situation favors us on Origin. It's not easy for center teams to play on Origin, obviously, and they had to make some lineup changes, I believe, as well. So those probably benefited us. But yeah, I think after the first cap in game 3, we got a little desperate, got a little rattled, and just kind of started grabbing and just kept again. So that. But yeah, you're definitely right on offensive D. That was definitely one of the bright spots for us in this series, I guess. Particularly in the second game, we had just some unbelievable stops on OD.
Yeah, definitely. It was quite frustrating being the captain of the other team watching that. But that second game was definitely a momentum shifter, a huge momentum shifter as a result of the last second cap. The late cap to force overtime, and then a long, drawn out overtime. It's tough to recover from that.
Yep,
yeah, Curry, you guys absolutely obliterated game one on power-ups. I think it's like 22-8 maybe. It wasn't nearly as dominant in the second game, but you guys were huge on power-ups. Is that something that you were drilling into them? Obviously, every captain tells every player you got to focus on power-ups, but were you guys focusing on that heavily pre-game?
Yeah, so we had a little bit of a system on how to approach getting power-ups, and the most important part is to not allow the flag carrier when they're out to pick up those power-ups. So we focused on how to avoid those situations, and it paid off. I think we worked on that, and it worked out.
Mm-hmm. Listen, you got any particular questions for either of these guys?
Yeah, let me ask, and you guys can choose when to go, but I guess I want to ask you, Curry, what are you guys going to look forward to or prepare for next week as you guys advance? And Raven, are you already going to be looking ahead to next season, or are you all focused on the B team now? Or how do you guys approach the upcoming week here?
I'll go first, I guess. Yeah, definitely all the focus shifts to the B team now. We have a B team that absolutely has the amount of talent, enough talent to win the Beaver Ball. So there will definitely be a lot of hype around them, and trying to get them to advance all the way to the top. Got a tough matchup coming up tomorrow against a good team, so we will definitely start preparing for that right away.
Who you guys playing tomorrow?
The Spaceballs.
Oh yeah. That is a tough matchup. Let's see. So what map is next week? I'm not quite sure. Is it Smirk?
I don't know. I'm not an NLTP captain.
Yeah, that's a fair point. But it's going to be dependent on what server we play on. But Wormy, I think, is the other map, right? So those are two pretty defensive maps by Raven. But Wormy, the bombs control a lot of the game, and it's going to have to... Our mechanical skill is really going to shine when we play on Wormy. And Smirk, I think our defense will really carry us. So either of those maps, whichever it is, will be good. And we struggled a little bit on Origin playing with higher ping, but I think we'll figure that out, and I'll work on that with the team.
I have to commend you guys on your defense, because you guys played 46 minutes of Tag Pro and allowed one cap the entire time. That is outstanding. So I'm actually, even though I'm affiliated with the Nevermores, I'm looking forward to watching you guys, because you were really, really impressive tonight, and I wish you the best of luck going forward.
Cool, thanks, man. Thanks for streaming, by the way.
Absolutely, it was a ton of fun to do it with Swerg. He's a good dude.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I mean, I don't know what you're doing next Tuesday, but and I don't mean to put pressure on stream, but if you wanted to stream the next game, I'd love to do it with you again.
I usually have my Tuesday nights open, so I'll check my work schedule and I will let you guys know. But if I'm able to, cool. I certainly would love to.
Sweet.
Great.
That'd be awesome, man. All right, is that
I think
all for the interview?
Yeah, I think that'll do it, because Raven had to take off a little bit early. So I guess for now, Swerg, did you have any closing notes?
No, that was a pleasure. It was great to watch a map that's not thinking with portals.
Right, I agree. All right, well, thank you guys very much for watching. A big congratulations to the Holdin Gate Warriors who advance. And the B teams, remember, B teams are playing tomorrow night, so be sure to check those out. The streams will be up on /r/NLTP, so you can find them there. Again, thank you guys for watching, and congrats, Holdin Gate.